Trend Center Delmarva, a show covering Delmarva's latest trends and developments. I'm Lisa Redmond.
And I'm Phil Harper. On today's show, we will be discussing new weight loss trends, ways to get jobs, and much more. But first, statistics released last week by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics shows the national unemployment rate is the lowest it's been in 5 years. But the unemployment rate in Wicomico County is still above the national average. Trendsetter reporter Jay LeBrock tells us how the Wicomico County Public Library is helping local residents find jobs in this tough job market.
The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics indicates, although slightly improving, Wicomico County still has one of the highest unemployment rates in the state of Maryland. Here at the Job Search Center in the Wicomico Public Library, residents can come in for career assistance. Program Director Jay Peters says although his office doesn't keep placement records, he's hearing more and more success stories.
I do have people every week that come in and tell me they found a job as a result of their efforts in the center. It's got to have a number in it, and then it's got to have a special character.
The Job Search Center taps into the Maryland Workforce Exchange, a database that connects job seekers with potential employers. Carla Richardson, a regular at the Job Search Center, says she never loses hope whenever she comes in for a search.
You know, you're around books and you have other resources to help you with resumes. You have other resources to, you have hands-on. The people here are just fantastic.
Job seekers like Richardson can get assistance with resume and cover letter writing as well as career exploration. The free service is funded by a renewable annual grant from the Lower Shore Workforce Alliance. Richardson says although she hasn't landed a job yet, she's not losing hope.
Just keep your positive energy that something's going to happen, and if it doesn't happen, that doesn't even come into my mind.
Besides the Wicomico County Library, there are nearby job search centers at the center and Pittsfield branches. In Salisbury, I'm Jade LeBrock reporting.
You can go to the Wicomico County Library's website for more information on the other job search center locations around Delmarva.
Do you need to quit smoking? When we return, we'll introduce you to the latest trend for those trying to break the habit.
And we'll tell you about a popular way to detox your body. Is it healthy for you? Stay tuned. But first, we asked people on the Salisbury University campus whether they consider themselves trendsetters. Here's what they said. Our question is, do you consider yourself a trendsetter, a trend follower, or someone who doesn't follow trends, and why?
I mean, I'm kind of not really stuck on one. I kind of, follow some trends. I set my own,
I like to think of myself as a trendsetter. Okay. See, not too many people really rock WNBA jerseys, but I brought this one out today. Sure. And I don't know. I just like to be different.
I don't deal with trends at all.
And why? Why would you say that?
Don't have time for it. Don't want to waste my money.
All right.
With summer right around the corner, people tend to think more about their bodies and their health. I met with a local dietitian to learn more about juicing as a way to detox your body and lose weight. Maybe you've seen the ads to drink your way to a healthier you. So-called juicing detoxing is a recent trend touted by celebrities, but dietitian Melinda Cecil says none of it is based on science.
Well, first of all, there's no scientific evidence that I've been able to find that really supports the value of detox as it's often explained. One of the things I do like to caution people is that this is not a weight loss diet per se. You can be getting a lot of calories.
Cecil says detox diets can run from a 1-day water fast to a 3-day juice and vegetable detox. Experts suggest instead of starving your body of food, it's a better idea to replace a meal or two with fresh fruits or vegetable juices. Salisbury University student Keisha Miles uses this method.
Juicing is really good because if you don't have the time to do a detox or money to just spend on specifically detoxing, you can incorporate juicing into your everyday life just with the foods you pick up from the grocery store.
Dietitian Cecil stresses the importance of including fruits and vegetables in any person's diet.
Well, the one main thing is that if you're not a big vegetable or fruit eater, it's a way to get these into your diet.
Cecil urges people considering any diet to consult with a doctor first, and she says most long-lasting weight loss requires permanent dietary and lifestyle changes. In Salisbury, I'm Lisa Redmond reporting. Cecil says Delmarva's abundance of local fresh fruits and vegetables makes Delmarva a Perfect place to try juicing.
Recent statistics show electronic cigarette sales are skyrocketing amongst smokers. In search of answers, I set out into the community to find out more about this growing phenomenon. They're battery-powered electronic cigarettes, or e-cigs, and they're intended to simulate smoking without the health hazards. E-cig advertising offers a smoking experience without the tobacco and with fewer cancer-causing chemicals. But Sue Hagee says puffing on an e-cig is no better than lighting up.
I understand that the e-cigarettes do not contain the carcinogens, but because they still have the nicotine in them, that doesn't really make them safe.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention say 2 in 10 smokers used e-cigs in 2011. By 2013, people bought over $1.5 billion worth of e-cigarettes. That's chump change in an $80 billion tobacco business, but e-cigs are gaining ground.
My lung capacity feels way better than it was before. Don't have a lingering cough, and honestly, I mean, it's nice to wake up and not like smell your breath and be like, it smells like cigarettes from the night before.
The American Cancer Society says there's no scientific evidence that e-cigarettes are a safe substitute for traditional cigarettes, and there's no proof they help smokers quit. The Food and Drug Administration is considering regulating the devices.
Putting nicotine into the body is harmful, whether it's flavored as vanilla or pina colada. It's still a health issue.
Citigroup Research estimates e-cig sales will double to $3 billion by next year. In Salisbury, I'm Phil Harper reporting. E-cig critics say the devices promote nicotine use to non-smokers, especially young people.
When we return, we'll tell you how both local movie theaters and local farms are going high-tech.
That and more when Center Delmarva continues. But first, let's hear more from people on whether they consider themselves trendsetters.
I would consider myself more of like a trend follower, but I would say that I still have a strong sense of individualism.
I'm someone that likes to avoid trends. I mean, obviously, I try to mix and match every now and then.
I mean, if you can see what I'm wearing right now, no one else is wearing this, but in 2 weeks, they will. So that's a trend right there.
I would probably choose the latter. I'm not really one of the guys who follows trends. I always try to set my own.
I aspire to be a trendsetter, but it usually doesn't work out that well for me, so I just end up looking like the weirdo going against the grain, and I'm fine with that.
The film industry is permanently entering the digital age and bringing movie theaters along with it. Trend Center reporter Mackenzie Smith says that means 21st century improvements are coming to a movie theater near you.
Some are calling it the end of an era for the silver screen. Movie studios are ditching celluloid film and going digital. Joanne Howe, who owns the Clayton Theater in Dagsboro, Delaware, says the news from the studios came more as an ultimatum.
It was pretty much put on us and other small theaters across the country that if we didn't go digital, we would go dark.
A digital film produces a high-definition picture and uses state-of-the-art sound reproduction. Salisbury University film professor David Johnson says they're also better for a movie studio's bottom line.
It simply costs more money to manufacture film, to process film, and to screen film. I mean, all those things cost more money than digital technologies.
Theater owner House says she spent $65,000 to upgrade her movie house. She says the movie studio's decision to scrap the century-old 35mm film format was a simple business decision.
It cost the studios quite a bit more, about $1,000 a film, to send a 35mm print out, where now that's dropped to about $100 a film for them to send it out.
Technology that once made 35mm film is also becoming difficult to find.
Demand itself has dipped so low for cameras and film that the 35mm cameras are no longer being manufactured, basically, for motion pictures.
Paramount Pictures' Anchorman 2 was the company's last celluloid film. The Wolf of Wall Street was its first all-digital motion picture. In Salisbury, I'm Mackenzie Smith reporting.
Movie house owner Joanne Howe relied on a community fundraiser to help pay for her cinema's upgrades.
A chicken farm in nearby Berlin is trying a new way to limit the amount of farm pollution entering our waterways. Trend Center reporter Leo Hoffman tells us about a new manure filtration system that could revolutionize the farming industry.
Environmental scientists say manure from area farms is one of the major causes of water pollution in our area.
And trying to determine how are we going to stop the pollution that's coming off the land and still live within this environment.
And now one Berlin-based company claims they've got that problem solved. Planet Found Energy is developing a new way to remove phosphates that pollute the water from chicken manure. Biology professor Tom Jones says it's the year in and year out spreading of manure in farm fields that causes problems.
There has been an accumulation of nitrogen and in particular phosphorus in the soils.
In the process, phosphates would be completely removed from the manure, leaving only the nitrogen compound that allows more crops to thrive. Chicken farmer Dave Moore says Planet Found Energy is just the latest company to address the chicken waste problem.
I'm not sure it's revolutionary in the terms of changing the business. I think a lot of people have tried different things. Some successfully.
The company representatives say if the prototype proves successful, the process will extract methane gas from the excrement to power a generator, saving farmers money on heat and electricity. Farmer Morris says if the company delivers on its promises, he might give it a try.
We'd probably invest in it if we thought it was worthwhile. So we would applaud such efforts.
The company plans to have a prototype ready to test by the end of this summer. In Salisbury, I'm Leo Hoffman reporting.
If the prototype proves successful, Planet Found plans to build over 100 more filtration sites around Maryland. That's Center Delmarva for now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Phil Harper.
And I'm Lisa Redmond. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.